everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing a September's favorites video, and I've got lots to chat about, so get settled in and get ready because I got a lot to discuss. So first up, September it's still kind of going on. This is, I think, I have 2 more days in the month that I'm recording this video, and it's been quite a busy month. Actually, like, it's crazy because I keep thinking, oh, my life is going to slow down next month. And it doesn't. Like, it just increases even more busier than ever. I think you all probably can relate to that phenomenon. You keep saying to yourself, things are going to slow down next month for sure. And then it doesn't. Like, it ramps up. So I'm going to say things are going to ramp up a lot in October. And then hopefully it's like the opposite. You know? That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be what it is. Because October 6th, I have my first little workshop. Free workshop over on my Facebook page, Abundant Life Tarot. It's, let's see, Saturday, October 6th. If you want to catch me live during that time, you can catch me live. Otherwise, you'll be able to go to my Facebook page and hit play later and be able to participate in the other videos I have going in preparation for my vision board workshop. And this is about really activating our vision boards. Like, it's one thing to create a vision board and to have it off to the side and even glance at it from time to time. But it's another thing to really utilize it for all that it's worth. So I'm hoping that people will join me, whether it's during the live session or later when they have time. So that's what I've been working on the side, kind of doing my little prep work. Now I got to practice the technological piece this week before, so I can work out any kinks before the day of. So that's been busy. I've been also, what's been nice about September is a lot of my pre-order decks that I've backed on Kickstarter or that I pre-ordered way back when are starting to come in now. So that's been nice because I've been on quite a fixed budget because, as you all are aware, I made an announcement that I was going to quit my day job or my career of almost 20 years. And so, you know, I had to like scrimp some pennies for a minute, and I realized, oh, you know, I still have no regrets about that decision. I still would do it all over again, but it does take a hit on your savings account. So it was like, it was nice to be receiving decks that I had backed previously and on these lean times when I, you know, should not be spending on decks. It's nice to have them coming in from when I did have some money, you know, when you like, and some of the pre-order, like the cheap ones, like on Amazon, it doesn't hit as hard as, say, indie deck. So there will be no more indie deck purchases for me anytime soon, or backing. I've backed one, like the ETA Oracle, because I have the ETA Tarot, which I like. And I really like, you guys probably know, I really like to have the pair of like a tarot and oracle. I like them to be together. So I did back that, but that was also, I was dipping into another fund that I have, you know, like, it's like, okay, you shouldn't even be dipping into that. So I'm going to be really disciplined, and I decided to start watching people's videos on their depth year. A lot of people made 2019, and maybe some people even 2018, their depth year, where they deepen their relationships with the decks they have, and they didn't make any new procurements, new purchases. So I am planning on making 2020 my depth year, and I'm excited about it, actually. I'm really actually thrilled about it. And I have a surplus of decks that I feel like I could even, to avoid having to buy new decks for giveaways, I could even just look at my collection of decks that I haven't even really touched or used to do in giveaways, because I know what deck may not necessarily resonate with me, may be the dream of someone else. So all that came about in September in my mind. So there's that. Let's get to my favorites. Enough with the discussions and all that. But I just want to catch you up to what I've been up to and why I've been at times not able to be so responsive during the day. It's because I am, you know, starting my new public service career, which I'm loving. It is a change. It is different. And I'm also doing a lot of walking and a lot of public transportation, which is a change for me, but I like it. I love it, actually. I grew up in the Bay Area, and that was the main mode of how we moved around when I was growing up, is by bus, BART, train, or walking. And it's nice to kind of get back to my roots in that way. And it kind of gets you back into your humanity of having to kind of, you know, be polite to other people, be around people. It's just interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. Because I worked in the suburbs. I live in the suburbs, and I previously, for many, many years, almost 20 years, kind of worked in the outskirts of my area, of my county or my town. And so it's nice to be in the city, in a high rise, in like the heart of everything. And I just love it. I'm energized from it. But it is taxing on me as an empath too. So it's a love-hate thing. Okay. Books. Let's talk about books. The first book I want to talk about, let's see. Okay, not this one. No, but this one. So many of you probably have this in your collection. This is the Tarot Companion, a portable guide to reading the cards for yourself and others by Liz Dean. And I actually own a couple of Liz Dean's bigger books. I like her style, or her take on the meanings of cards. And this is like a more short, like it's a shorter condensed version of like the bigger books that I have of hers. I can't think of them off the top of my head. One is the card meanings, and like it gives different spreads and timing things. And another book of hers that I have is tarot spreads. But this one is just has a few different spreads, but then it goes into the meanings. There's the Magician, and so I wanted a condensed version to toss in my backpack, because now that I'm on public transportation, I have a little time to kind of really peruse and study the card meanings like I like. And I could do that also with an app, but sometimes I don't want to use up my battery or use up my data. Me and my husband and I share data, even though it's supposed to be unlimited data. You know how they try to do when you go over your little minutes. They try to slow it down. So I like to try to get myself out of my comfort zone and actually have a book in my hand and study my tarot. But I do also look at my app in the mornings when I don't feel like dealing with my coffee cup and a book. But in the afternoons on my way home, I have my book. And each, like I said, each one gets a full color page, and then the meanings over here, whether it's the minors or the majors. And I like it. And I like that it's hardcover. I can't think of anything special. I did not have time to read a book for pleasure per se. All of the books that I'm going to be talking about today are purely tarot reference. And I'm hoping next month, now that I'm getting into my commuter routine, that I'm going to be able to either do Audible books, get back into my groove of Audibles, or I have a Nook and I have a Kindle that I can also read, and I have books. So I'm set with that. I'm excited about it, actually. I'm hoping to incorporate more reading. But I'm going to see if I can find, like with the star, you know. She has the upright meaning. The star can also indicate the following in the home. She says you feel inspired to create beauty and style in your home. So craft projects and design are especially favored now. If you have your eye on a dream home, it will come to you. Relationships. The star shows that you are destined to be with someone. It is time to find a soulmate. Other existing relationships are calm and harmonious. In career and money, the star brings money luck. Work you do begins to pay off as you have considered your long-term goals and given attention to what matters most. Entrepreneurs may be guided to begin a new business, or you find you have a hidden talent you can put to good use. The star can also show awards and fame. I like that. Then she has a reverse meaning, and then it's wisdom message. The inspired dreams come true. Key meanings: hope, guidance, inspiration, and creativity. And she's got a meaty upright and a meaty reverse, like a full, like 2 paragraphs for upright meaning and a full 1 paragraph for the reverse. So, yeah, a nice, good little smallish reference. I actually have other reference guides that are small or compact that, you know, work as well, but I just really like the style of this. This is pretty. Pretty. The next book I have is the Tarot Dictionary and Compendium by Jana Riley. And I know many of you guys also probably have this reference guide. The reason why this one is special to me, well, it's special to me, it's all highlighted. No, those aren't my highlights. This is secondhand. Is I now work within spitting different distance. Like I work a 6-minute walk from my favorite independent used and new bookstore. And that's so exciting. I love that so much. It's such a treat. So I took my wallet and I got my water, little canister thing, and walked the 6 minutes on my lunch break. And I found this book there. And I was like, oh, cool. And I like it a lot because, again, it's about different meanings, but all the different great tarot, like, greats. I say great tarot greats. All the tarot, like, you know, the folks at the top of their game. Like, for example, they have, like, the Strength card in different people's interpretations. They have Arian, Cowie, Crowley, Eakins, Fairfield, Greer, and Pollock, Waite, Walker. And obviously some of these people are not with us anymore. And let me see when this book was created. In 95, yeah. So they probably have, you know, taken excerpts from different meanings that they've, but I like that. And each person kind of throws in their different interpretation for a card. And it's always interesting to see other readers' interpretations of the cards, especially the greats. And let's see, I have different correspondences. What else? I like this book. I'll go over it further. I bought it maybe like a week ago. And I've just been going just from start to finish, you know, looking at the different cards. And so, and it was very inexpensive. I am very pleased that it's like, that's the favorite thing for me for the month of September, is that I am within walking distance to my favorite bookstore. And that bookstore, I've sold decks and traded decks with before. So I kind of looked around when I was there, and I could see they were kind of down, like all the ones that I had brought in probably several months ago. They're all gone, because I was like, I know you guys are going to want what I got. So I looked around and I could see that they hardly had any on their shelf. So I was like, I got to see what I can bring over here and sell to them and kind of thin out my collection. I'm going to thin out my collection, but very carefully, because again, I'm going through a depth year. And so I kind of want to see what I get rid of as it goes forward. I don't want to feel pressure to have to sell or do a bunch of different things right at this moment. I'm actually been trying to touch upon all my decks, and I've been successful in playing with different ones throughout the month, and that's been fun. And I hope I continue on that path. All right, next up, what are we going to talk about? I'm going to skip to, because I have a notepad here. I went to Tarot and Oracle, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I want to talk about my Palo Santo spray. I talk about it often. I have this one for this room, so it's in this one. And then for my favorite reading table in the house, which is in the dining room, I have this one. It's like serious. This is serious right here. It smells so flippin' good. I can't even tell you. It makes me so happy. Like, you guys don't even know. Now I have to have a little small bottle of Palo Santo spray that I've made in my backpack that I travel with. So when I'm needing me a pick-me-up, I smell it. Some people don't like the smell of Palo Santo at all. I love it. It resets me, if you will, in a way that no other kind of scent or smell can do. No other. So that's a favorite. And then Crystal has been my, don't you hate when you have like a stray hair? Did I get it? Yes. Like one of those clear hairs. Can't see. I have my Labradorite that I wear all the time. Here's another piece of Labradorite. I've just been loving it, needing it. It helps when I am really trying to tap into the psychic realm of myself, my higher self. It's also a good stone. It's interesting because it takes on many properties that would be found normally in like lighter stones, and then it also, because it also takes on grounding and protection like darker stones. So for me, it's a stone that I really feel protected by, and also like it heightens my psychic abilities. It heightens my intuition, and I keep it on all of my reading tables throughout the house, and I wear it every day. Pretty much. There's some days I switch out my stone when I'm called to, but most times I'm always called to wear my Labradorite. Okay, now enough with that. Let's talk about tarot, right? No, I'm going all out of order. I hope I remember that. Sorry guys. I always like to make sure I try to stick to the schedule as much as possible, because it makes it easier when I'm writing my description for you guys. So let's do that. And this was number 3. This is number 4. And number 5 I'll put last. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk about Oracle first. Let's see, what did I put? Dear Heart Oracle. I don't even know if you guys can get this anymore or not. I'm pretty sure you can. I know you can probably get, I'm pretty sure you can get the 2nd edition. Obviously, maybe not the 1st edition, but the 2nd edition. And I feel bad because I have, you know what? I have so many unboxings from earlier this year that I need to publish, that some of the decks already have either gone out of print or they're going through a 2nd print. And I'm like, do I put these videos up or not? Because I don't know how people are going to feel if they can't get the deck right away or they can't get it at all. But then I was like, I'm just going to put them up and just say, hey, these are decks I'm loving and I'm working with. And they are. The ones that I'm thinking of, I'm like, oh. I haven't even talked about them in my favorites because I was like, out of print. So I have my Dear Heart Oracle. If you guys have watched my channel, you will know that I love this deck. I still do. I don't talk about it as much just because I try to, in my favorites videos, I really try to not make it boring and change it up. But there's some decks that you must know I love, and this would be one of them. Like, I've been using it lately for my overall overarching energies part of my reading, where I'm like kind of getting the flow of like what is going on. Here's the second edition back. Let's see. The first edition back is pink. Here's radiate. And so I combine the two editions because they're the same size. And sometimes that's inspired. That's only found in the second edition. So she did try to, the creator did try to throw in some additional cards that were new to the second edition. But I combined them and used them both together, gratitude. So even in a reading, if two cards came up that were the same, I would be like, oh, this is an amplified message. Or, oh, there's a hidden, like, so oftentimes the shadow card will come up. And I'm like, oh, there's a different aspects of shadow that we're talking about with your reading. Inner light. Manifest. I don't know why this deck really works for me and my intuition awakening like no other deck. Illumination. I love the artwork. It's not to everyone's liking. Some people don't want it very cartoonish like this, but I like it. I love it. Here's conflict and balance. And see, balance would come up potentially twice, but I don't find that to be problematic. In fact, I kind of like when it happens. Wounded. Oh, here's wounded and protection. So that's the Dear Heart Oracle. I really like this deck, you guys. I always have, and it doesn't have a guidebook. It's very straightforward, and my intuition just plays very nicely with it. So there's that. Let's see what we have next. Sacred Destiny Oracle. I did record an unboxing. I forgot if I published it or not. My apologies if I haven't. So I'm only going to show a few of these for time's sake, and also because I can't remember if I published it yet. So here's the guidebook. This is Hay House. This is Denise Lynn. Pan Art also created Dear Heart Oracle. Her actual name escapes me, but the name of her persona, her brand, is Pan Art. This is Denise Lynn's Sacred Destiny, Taking Risks. Denise Lynn is the creator of the Sacred Travelers Oracle and the Native Spirit Oracle, and they're like the Gate something way Oracle. I can't remember. Taking Risk. Here's New Beginnings. I'm pretty sure these are like stock images, but the way she did this, I like it, and I love the guidebook. Stillness. Inner Peace. So let's go on Power. I've been using this since I got it, since it was released. It was just recently released. I've been using it non-stop for readings for myself and readings for others. I really like it. Actually, a lot. Surprised. I'm not surprised because I pre-ordered it, so I'm not surprised. I knew if I pre-ordered a deck, it's because I really have a gut feeling like about it. Like I know I'm just gonna, it's gonna hit, we're gonna hit it off. And we did. We hit it off even better than I think that I hit it off with the Sacred Travelers. And so there's that. And next up, what do we have? Oracles. Oracle, just Oracle. Oh, I think I want to switch, but yeah, I'm going to switch it because I'm going to segue into. So the one deck that I have that I've been loving is the one that I created for myself, for my love readings. And I realized, I was like, ooh, I have other situations I want to create Oracle decks for, so we'll see. People have been like, oh, why don't you sell it? And you guys, I'm trying to figure that out. I actually have some resources, like some coursework. I think it was Ethany's summer school last year or the year before. Chris Ann has a course, and I think it's still on there. It's like a legacy course now in the summer school for Ethany, on creating decks. So I have that resource. I just I never finished the coursework like I should, but I started listening to it, and she has some great tips. Like when I do make the deck, when I put it up, it's probably going to be like, you know, makeplaincards.com or a printer studio. I haven't decided yet. And it probably will be different images than the ones in here, because she brought up some good points just in the little bit I've listened to so far. But this deck has been great because I've been hardly pulling my Doreen Virtue Romance Angels Oracle, which is what I created this for, to replace it. Infuse Optimism now. It's diverse. It's fun. And I do want to make this available, so if people want to buy it and they just want to have, like, you know, a deck that they could just use, you know, with many different people. Like, it's not that I couldn't use the Romance Angels Oracle, but now it's out of print and it's the one I have, and it's already kind of banged up, and I was like, well, I really want something that's a little more universal, modern. I have more modern decks, and I have more like, what do you want to call, angel kind of decks. So I've been loving this. I've been using this for readings all the time. There's going to be some changes that I make when I do make it available to sell. It's going to be changed, probably images and the way I have the treatment of the words. And I might do a little guidebook, or at least a little guide booklet. We'll see. Codependency. This is the one card that it bugged me because I felt like I misspelled it. And I did, because there's no dash in codependency. And I'm a spell nerd. It bothers the hell out of me. But on the other hand, I kind of like it because it's kind of like, it's my little thing. Codependency, but it bothers me too because it's technically misspelled with that dash and capital D. I'm weird that way. So I really am enjoying this little deck that I created. And I tell people all the time, like, just create your own. I'm still, you know, I also kind of feel a certain way about Doreen right now, Doreen Virtue. I get on occasion, and like just 2 days ago, I had someone, and it went to my spam folder, but people sending me, because I'm a tarot reader and because I did that video, I did 2 videos on Doreen Virtue. There's people who send me these messages about I'm going to hell if I don't repent, blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And so it makes me kind of grateful that I was like, I took it upon myself to make this love deck for myself. And I'm, you know, this is probably not going to be the version of what I would sell to others, but it's a start for me and it makes me feel better. But I have my Doreen Virtue decks. I'm not giving them up, obviously, now that in light of the fact that they're out of print, or going to soon be out of print for some of them. Yeah, there's that. Next, now we're going to move into this next one. This one is the Oracle of Oddities, which, I'll be frank, I wasn't using this deck a lot, but I was not going to give it up for a couple of reasons. A, it's an oracle that's in the size of a traditional tarot. It's a winner in that regard. I have the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd editions, and that makes me happy. And I actually really like the deck. I actually really like what it's got going on here. Like this. I really, like what it's got going on. You know, it's not for everyone. It's not to everyone's liking. But it's totally, to me, it's beautiful. It's deep, and I can often read with this without a tarot deck. But I got a tarot deck to go with it now. Goddess. And I have tarot decks that it plays with. It's just, it's so good. It can be a standalone. It can be a standalone oracle. Protect. But I wasn't always called to grab it or use it, which was kind of frustrating. Because it's like it's a gorgeous deck to me. And I just feel bad that I'm not using it like I would really like to use it. Oh, look at this one. Hostility. So, now we're going to segue into tarot. You guys know, I'm not going to... Some people have like 10-minute favorites, and I'm jealous of you guys. But, no, not I, except the cat. I have a lot longer to go. Not too much longer. I'll keep it brief. But now we're going to move into tarot. So I'm going to kind of move my way around here and just try to remember that I did that. The next one we're going to talk about, because we're going to segue into that, which is the Antique Anatomy Tarot by Claire Goodchild. And this is a sore subject for a lot of people. I did an unboxing. I encourage you to check it out because I actually show how thin this deck is. But here's the thing about me and thin decks. Look, I'm going to be frank, okay? You guys are probably like, this made it to your favorites? Yes, 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 yes. It is the thinnest deck I have. The thinnest tarot. Here's the inside of the box. I encourage you to check out my unboxing because I go more in depth. But, yeah, it's no doubt. It is thin. Thin. This is 78 cards. But it shuffles like a dream. And I only have one that's kind of nicked on the side. For it being so thin, it has not given me any troubles. I haven't been aware of how fragile it could be. With that being said, I don't know if it's as fragile as we think it is. For me, I riffle shuffle and I do this. This is how I shuffle. I'm either riffle shuffling or I'm doing this. Oh, look, and it jumped. And look, here, let's show you what jumped. Here's the Magician. It is pippish, but it's gorgeous. And it plays so beautifully, obviously, with the Oracle of Oddities. The Oracle of Oddities is an indie deck collection, but this is a mass-produced one. And yeah, is it perfect with this cardstock? No, it's not. But it reads really well. I did a little like love reading for myself and my husband. Well, actually, it was just for me, but it was about my love relationship. And it was super accurate, and I really loved it. The reading, I loved the cards. I think it's gonna, at first I was like, oh, is this more of a springtime deck? I'm feeling more fall. So I think I'm gonna throw this into my fall collection of working with. Like the decks I'm gonna work with in the fall. I really like that. So check out my unboxing. Let me know your thoughts about this deck. I personally like it. I know a lot of folks are mad about the cardstock. I get it. A lot of people are like, well, why would you invest so much in this gorgeous box? But I want it all, y'all. I want it all. I want a beautiful box with a perfect cardstock and a gorgeous book. If we're going to have a book, you don't have to have a book. I'd rather have better cardstock than a book for a tarot deck, you know, because we all have hella tarot reference books, don't we? I mean, so invest in the cardstock and then maybe the box, and then, you know, for me the book, because again, if you read tarot, you probably know your way around tarot book, guidebooks. So, but this, y'all, this is nice. I enjoy every time I pull this deck out to use it for myself. I think I did one reading with the like incorporated into a client reading, but I mostly have been using it for readings for myself since I got it, because it's, again, allegedly so fragile. But look at that. Just really, really, really like it. So it's like a love-hate, because I'm scared that I might hurt it, and I'm scared because I really like it. And look, it says it's all in your hands. I mean, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Anyways, okay. All right, I'm digressing again. I'm going crazy. Let's see what we got on my list of tarot. Oh, we're going to do just a quick little mention here of this one. I do have an unboxing. It's an older unboxing, but, you know, it's no, and I don't think it's available, this deck, but I really like this deck, and the reading was on point that I did it, and I was so excited about it. So, the Stretch Tarot. It's one of my favorite tarots. I don't always use it, but when I use it, I'm always happy I used it. Make any sense? Here's the backs. I etched it in black, and I don't know if it's available right now. I'm sorry, which sucks, because it's a really cool deck, and I hope that it comes back again. Maybe it is available. I don't know, but it comes and goes, and every time I can't keep track. It's the King of Swords, Page of Cups, one of the Fools. I think this is the deck with multiple. I know this has multiple Magicians. I thought it had multiple Fools, but I might be wrong. the Hermit, one of my favorite Hermits. Queen of Cups. So we'll keep going. Check out my unboxing if you really want to see the full flip through of that deck. As yeah, I don't know. I think it might be sold out or not available, out of print. And oh, okay, I don't think this one is out of print, which is exciting. Okay, this one is more, I think you can go purchase this on the deck creator's website. This is by Lacey Bryant, and this is the Slow Tarot. And I backed this on Kickstarter, and I love it. I knew I was gonna, I usually have a good idea of the decks, especially the ones that are like the ones I back or pre-order or whatnot. I usually kind of like have this like instant attraction, and I start following it. I look around, I see if other people are talking about it in Facebook groups. I start stalking it. I look at Instagram. Then I go back to the Kickstarter. I haunt it. Sometimes I'll wait. I'll wait till it's past the Kickstarter, and I try to jump in at the pre-order stage, because somehow the pre-orders will get delivered before the Kickstarter backers. That I find that happened to me with the Delta Enduring. I slipped in real fast, got my deck. I know it's wrong, but y'all, I got to go with my intuition. So I got to do that. Here's the backs. I love this deck. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. Did I say I love it? I love it. Here is the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be one of my fall decks that I'm going to be using. It is so beautiful to me. And it reads so well. It shuffles so beautifully. Here's the Hanged Person. The Emperor. Empress. For time's sake, I'm not going to keep going, but you get the drift. It's just, I love this deck so much. And I'm pretty sure you can go to her website and order this deck. So definitely do that if you are so inclined. Got a nice hard box. We are almost done, guys. We are almost done. This is the longest. I told you it was going to be a minute because I had a gang of stuff. All right, so we did the stretch, we did the slow, and we got 2 mo. 2 mo. Let's talk about this one. Chris-Anne's The Muse Tarot. Wow. There was so much hype going on with the situation with the light seers that I had like a little bit of exhaustion from the whole thing. And then I kind of was like, like, dang, people are spending a heck of money on it. But I was like, no, I'm going to hold on to my light seers. But meanwhile, I put the light seers away for a minute because I was like, ooh, y'all, the drama of it all. And then I started playing around with the Muse more. And I even used it on readings for others. Now, this is number 1585 of 2000. And that's that. And it's going to actually be sold through Hay House as well as the Light Seers Tarot. It's going to be mass produced through Hay House. So keep a lookout for that, y'all. Here's the box. I'm so in love with this deck. And let me show you something else that made it even more my favorite. So she had 4 different covers that you could pick for the guidebook. And I picked this one. And I'm so happy because, well, you know, I just love her. Just love her. And look at the guidebook. Look at this. So, you guys, I have plenty of decks that are going to keep me entertained. I have fireproof things to like keep my decks in case I have to evacuate. Like, it's so serious. Like, me and my deck collection. Oh, that reminds me. Stay tuned. There's going to be some videos about insuring your decks and whatnot. But I am just kind of like a nut when it comes to my decks. I'm kind of excited about Death here because I really have some cool decks to play with. I can't believe how long this video is. I hope you guys are just chilling and relaxing and coming back to me and watching me later and blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Here are the backs. I'm trying to... Where is that? Oh, here's the extra Muse. Or the extra Empress. No, Bishy, chill out. Look at that. Here's the backs. Here's the will. Here's death. This is going to be the longest video ever. Here's 7 of voices. Let's see. Voices, my swords, my air, the hanged Muse, the magician, nine of voices, so 9 of air, the gentlest little 9 of air you could see. And here's the hermit. So, this is a gorgeous deck, no doubt about it. I am so grateful to Chris-Anne for her creations, for her gift, her talent, her just, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the quality of these decks. Like, I feel spoiled and I feel blessed that I was able to back it and have it in my collection. So, that's the lovely gorgeousness right here. And then finally we made it. We made it to the end. Made it. Okay. Yeah. So, this deck, I knew I was going to like it immediately when I got ready to back it. And I backed a lot of these decks when I was gainfully employed with my last gig. And now that I'm not, you know, I'm still in between paychecks. Like, Thankfully, I have my tarot business kind of cooking along. But yeah, so it's nice to get surprises. And this was like early. I love that this creator did that. Isabella Rotman is just amazeballs to me. Y'all, I've been working with a star right here. Actually for a little project that I'm working on. So that's why it's flipped up. But here's the backs. It's reversible. I love this deck so much. I gushed over it a million times on my unboxing. And I'm probably going to gush again. It just makes me so happy. I love doing readings with it. I love it, love it, love it. 10 of Wands. It is definitely, hands down, one of my favorite decks of all time. I don't know why. It just is. It just is. And here's 10 of Cups. Love it. What can I say? And look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. Here's the Death. And then here is the Hierophant. And finally, we'll just look at the Knight of Swords. And we're going to close it with the Hermit. So there you have it, folks. Those are all my favorites. All my favorites for September. It has been quite a month. Look at this. I'm going to definitely have to wrap this video up because Bishop's not going to let me have any peace. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting. Before I go, I almost forgot, and I don't want to forget because I shouldn't forget. Actually, next time I think I should do this in the beginning or whatnot. But I want to do a special thank you to my Abundant Life Tarot premium members. I have a membership service, and that membership service allows me to put up content for my members. And it's not an easy thing to manage, but with the help of some of these cool folks, it makes it so enjoyable to do and so much fun to work with. And it is a membership. So yes, I am the one that's kind of putting on the show. It's nice to have people who come along and fun the journey with me and support me and is my biggest cheerleaders. And so I want to give a special shout out to Christy and Jennifer K and Jessica V and Veronica Rose and Autumn Rose. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of the membership, being a part of Abundant Life Tarot YouTube channel, YouTubeverse for me, being in the Facebook group that we've got going on as an extension of the membership. You guys rock. And it's not you guys, I mean, there's plenty more members who make it so special and make it such a fun thing for me to be able to do. And for like my upper tier, that is more for me, like I feel like I'm more of in a tarot coach kind of role. And so it's just a blessing to be able to be that for you all. So thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. And thank you for your support. All right, guys. And I want to thank all of you new and old subscribers. You guys are so awesome. Keep those comments coming. I look at every single comment. Even if I don't get back to you right away, it's only because of the nature of the work that I do. I'm a tarot reader, so usually I'm reading cards and not really on the computer. But when I finally sit my ass down to look at comments, like when I'm on the train, it's so cool to see what you guys have to say. You all are so awesome. So thank you so much. Much love to you all. I am going to see you all around. Join the workshop. It's free. Go to my Facebook page. Bye.